And we back. Now, in today's video, we're doing another one of those unpopular NBA opinion videos. The way this works, random NBA fan writes into this Instagram page with their unpopular opinion. The Instagram page puts it out to the world, and then me, I just talk about the random opinions, tell you whether or not I agree and why or why not. It's always super fun to me because some people got some wacky NBA opinions. But no more talking. Let's get to the first one. Devin Booker will be top 5 in all-time scoring when his career is over. Probably not. That's gonna be tough to do. Now, I don't know if they mean like as far as the numbers go. So you got Kareem, you got Karl Malone, yada yada. They think that Devin Booker's gonna slide to the top 5, or do they mean when it's all said and done in our mind, Devin Booker will be one of the best scorers ever? Like Kevin Durant, in my eyes, is one of the top 5 scorers in NBA history, but he's not top 5 in scoring, So I don't know if they want to, what list they talk about. But regardless, I'm probably going to go no. Now, I got to give him some respect. He's averaging 20 at 21 years old. That's pretty impressive. But being top 5 at anything across the whole NBA is tough. You got to think about it. The 60s era, the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s, 2010s, and everything else in history. It's tough to be top 5 in anything. It's tough to be top 5 in anything. In a couple years, he could definitely be a top 5 scorer in the league, or like that year, or the year after that, the year after that, but maybe not all time. I'm super excited for them, though. I'm super excited for them. Once I found out that my Bulls dropped down to the 7th pick in this year's draft, I was rooted for them to get the first pick. It seems like they've been bad for such a long time. And I know it's been, 5, maybe 6 years that they've been bad, but in those 5-6 years, they've been really bad. And I wanted them to get that first overall pick, and boom, it happens. It happens. So they've missed on a lot of their recent draft picks. They hit jackpot with Devin Booker, which you can even argue that it was a mistake considering where they drafted him. But the rest of the players, Marquise Chris, Dragon Bender, those may have been missed. They're still super young, but I don't think they have superstar potential. But with the first overall pick, they have the opportunity to get a bona fide superstar to be alongside Devin Booker. Whether it be Luka, whether it be DeAndre Ayton, whatever, I just want them to make the right pick for their franchise so they can get to the point again where they're winning. So shout out to the Phoenix fans out there. Y'all potentially can get a nice little 2-piece dynasty started in next month. John Wall is better than Kyrie Irving. This is tough, man. Coming into the season, I had John Wall ranked as my 3rd best PG after Steph Curry and Russell Westbrook, right? But this season, because of injury, he took a step back, right? He had half the season on the court, half the season off. He played 41 games exactly. And in those 41 games, he just didn't look as incredible as he did last year. You can say that's part of the injury. Same thing with the playoffs. He didn't look as incredible as he did in previous years. And again, you could say that's because of injury. That's a good argument. But on the other side, Kyrie Irving, he went out of Cleveland, and everybody was wondering, can he lead a team by himself without LeBron? Can his numbers stay the same without LeBron? And he was like, yeah, I can lead a team to a better record than LeBron. My numbers can stay relatively the same. And he played really well. So based off this season, I think Kyrie Irving may have got higher than John Wall. You know what? Let's think about it this way. Who would I rather have to start a team? I think I'm picking Kyrie Irving. Again, that don't make him a better player necessarily, but I think I'd rather build a team around Kyrie Irving than build a team around John Wall, because we've seen the Washington Wizards try to build a team around John Wall for the past 7-8 years or so, and it just hasn't really worked out. And I know that you can build a team around Kyrie Irving because it's happened twice. It's happened twice. So I'm going Kyrie. Melo is one of the most disrespected Hall of Famers in history. Yes, I can agree with this, man. A lot of disrespect is thrown towards Melo way, but as long as you say he was one of the greatest players of this era, you can disrespect all you want. Like, there are so many LeBron haters in the world, but they have to admit that LeBron is one of the best ever. As long as you can admit his game, you can hate all you want. But some of the Melo criticism is so weird to me, man. It's so weird to me because a lot of the fans hate him because he stayed in New York and took all that money instead of going someplace where he could compete. Because New York, honestly, they weren't going to compete, and they didn't, right? But those same NBA fans would have probably crucified him for ring chasing. So you got to make up your mind. Do you want a player to chase his bag and get as much money in his career as he can? Or do you want him to go out there and try to chase a ring? Players get crucified for ring chasing. And then players get crucified for chasing the bag. Make up your mind. That's why when it comes to free agency, I never criticize a player's decision. Never in my life will I criticize a player's free agency decision, because at the end of the day, it's their decision whether they want to go ring chasing or they want to chase that bag. There's no wrong answer there. But ask an NBA fan, well, Melo's chasing the bag. He got $28 million on the table this year for OKC. You know what he's going to do? He's going to accept that money. And people will be like, man, Melo's just taking the money. You damn right he is. You right, he chasing that money. Klay will leave the Warriors after the season. That's really coincidental because on my podcast, Through the Wire, we talked about this yesterday. Link is in the description. Go listen and download. But the way we broke this down is, okay, right now Klay Thompson got 2 rings. Perfect, right? A great amount of rings to start off with. This year, honestly, I don't see a team stepping in their way. They're probably going to win another championship this year. That'll be number 3. And then next year, well, Kevin Durant will still be there. You know, Steph Curry will still be there. Draymond Green will still be there. They could be the favorite to win it again next year. So once Klay Thompson's contract is over in 2 years, he could potentially have 4 rings. And at that point, he could be like, you know what? I got my rings. Let me see if I can lead a team by myself. In that case, he leaves. Or he could be like, I want more. I want more rings. And it seems like Klay Thompson's the type of guy to just play his role. I never heard him complain about a single thing. He'll sit at the perimeter, knock down a 3, and then guard your best player. He's a player that likes to play his role. So I can see him, again, after 4 rings, be like, let me see what I can do on my own team. But I could definitely see him just staying there and be like, let's just try to get ring number 5 and ring number 6. So I think he's going to stay when his contract is over. But anything can change in these next season and a half. So who knows? Karl-Anthony Towns will have a career year next season and will be considered one of, if not the best center in the league. Well, I think he's already one of the best centers in the league. What we got? This is not ordered, but I'm just naming top centers in the league. Boogie, Joel Embiid, Al Horford, Nikola Jokic, Karl-Anthony Towns, Rudy Gobert. You know, those are the top 6. I don't think I'm forgetting somebody. Those will be my top 6 in no order, but those are my top 6. He's already up there. You know, he's super young. So if he has a career year, if he can get higher on that list, boom, he's great. Now, a lot of people are already discrediting him because of his first playoff experience where he kind of went cold and went silent. But, he's 22? He's 22, y'all. 21, 22 years old. He'll be fine. He'll be back in the playoffs maybe next year, and he's going to show a lot of people wrong that already doubted him at his young age. Karl-Anthony Towns, he's fine, man. Don't worry about him. Rudy Gobert is overrated. Can you believe this? There are some NBA fans out here that think that Rudy Gobert is overrated. First of all, how many people do you know that are saying Rudy Gobert is a star? First of all, he's never even been an all-star. This is his first year winning Defensive Player of the Year, and we don't even know if that's 100% true or not. Is he overrated? Not at all, my God. If anything, he's still underrated. Like, people that say he's overrated is either A, looking at the box score and not watching the game, or B, just not watching the game. It's one of the two because his impact is so strong. Those are the guys that are saying, man, why is he not scoring the ball? That's not his game. His impact goes so much deeper than offense, it is ridiculous. He's going to win Defensive Player of the Year this year, probably. And when he missed 21 games this season. When he wasn't in those 21 games, the Utah Jazz defense was average. When he was, they were the best defense in the league. Come on, man. That's one player making that much of a difference. And before the series against OKC started, there was a stat that came out that said, against the Utah Jazz, Russell Westbrook takes way less shots at the basket, and he takes more mid-range jumpers. You want to know why? Because this man is down low. His impact goes deeper than blocks per game, steal per game. He impacts so much at the rim that he's great. And just last question, I mentioned him in my top 6 centers in the league. He's that impactful without being good offensively. I think that's crazy. And even actually, he is a good offensive player. He may not average a lot of points, but his screen setting ability, off-ball, on-ball screens are some of the best. This guy's not overrated whatsoever. I don't get it. It's either people that saying this are just looking at box scores or just not watching the game. It's one of those two things. This guy's great. Rondo will make the Hall of Fame. It's a tough one, man, because NBA Hall of Fame seems like they let anybody in. If you have a relatively good career, guess what, dog? You're a Hall of Famer. Now, you may not be a first ballot Hall of Famer, but you'll probably end up making it eventually. I think the Baseball Hall of Fame has it right. You know, they got some stuff wrong, but one thing they have right is that it's a very, very exclusive group. You have to be one of the best ever to make the Hall of Fame. And I don't know if that's true about the Basketball Hall of Fame. If you make a couple All-Star appearances, you know, here and there, you probably end up being an NBA Hall of Fame or Basketball Hall of Famer. I don't really like that. That being said, Rondo will probably be a Basketball Hall of Famer. Four-time All-Star, one-time NBA champion, one of the best facilitators of our generation. I think he's going to make it. And I mean, you know, it's fine, I guess. It's okay. I'm cool with it. You know, at this point, just let him in. Give him a ceremony. Let him give a speech. And we'll move on with our day. And that's it, man. These are all, again, my NBA opinions. So whether or not you agree that Rudy Gobert is underrated or I take Kyrie Irving over John Wall, it's completely fine. But hopefully you found some entertainment throughout this video. If you did, leave it a like, man. In the video we uploaded a couple days ago, you guys destroyed the like button, bro. And that was crazy for me. I ain't seen nothing like it. So if we could replicate that, that would be incredible. All right. Again, link is in the description to my podcast. We're still recapping playoffs, and then we're taking a look forward to the NBA lottery and here and there, just everything NBA related. We got you covered on the Through the Wire podcast. So go down low, give it a listen, and let me know what you think. Thank y'all so much. Peace.